Earlier, you said men are demonized for having standards. I personally believe that it's not the fact that y'all have standards or preferences even. A lot of men believe that if a woman is not their type, that she shouldn't be anybody else's type. And it ultimately goes down to, if I'm not attracted to this woman, then that must mean nobody else should be attracted to her. And that's why you have so many men speaking on women they would never date.
Yeah. Is it insecure of a man not to like or want you to dress sexy in order for you to be his wife?
What's sexy?
What I got on, like what I got on right now.
Oh, let me, I gotta get a good look at you. Let me see, where your shirt at? Kitty, what do you think?
I think that sometimes some of y'all women really don't understand how territorial men are. It's different if you were covered up, but baby, you got tape on. So yes, of course, a man who knows how men are going to look at you, knowing that there's going to be men who are going to be predators or are going to pursue you, he's right for saying that. That's not meaning that he's insecure, he's territorial. That's a man's nature, and that's absolutely okay. It's your responsibility as his woman to understand his nature and to also have boundaries with yourself, knowing what you are exposing yourself to. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be quick. I'm so glad I can have conversations with my husband because I asked him, we had a deep conversation. I said, what is it about women that would make you not wife her? And the first thing he said, the way she presents herself. That's coming from a man. Men would tell you that if you dress provocative, they're going to see you as an object. Stop calling men insecure. That is their God-given right to say, I don't want my woman to present herself out here because not only is she a representation of me, she's a representation of herself.
If you don't want the woman with her titties out, don't with her. What I mean, fam, is this a woman out there who present herself in such a way that you'll be attracted off the rip. Like, you'll see her and be like, okay, that's the one, not, man, if she closed her blouse up just a little bit and maybe stopped wearing heels in the club, even though I'm in the club looking at her and I'm attracted and it's the reason I'm about to shoot my shot. All I'm saying is, fellas, we gotta stop being goofy. Because often, like, we let the lady say, oh, you can't change no man, you can't raise no man. You can't change none of these neither. You're not insecure for asking a woman who be having her titties out to put them up, you goofy. You asking women who been in the club every weekend for the past 4 years to be something different. That's a little dumb, don't you think? Whole time it's women who be at the crib, who be at who be at the fabric store, covered up, still just as conservative as you want, but you don't be there, Nick.
So I saw these two clips from tonight's conversation and I had to comment on it because it jumped out to me for a lot of different reasons. First of all, the first thing that jumped out to me was, how far have we gone as a culture in terms of our standards, our morality, our family traditions, our family strength, the men raising the boys, the women raising the women, big mama and pop and, auntie this and uncle that and your dad's friend who was there for, like, how far away from that have we gotten? We have to be far away from that. Like, let me explain why I say that. Because if things were anywhere near what they used to be, there is no situation in which a woman would be wearing just a jean jacket out in public. Think about that. She didn't have on a shirt or a bra. She only had on a jean jacket, and she wore it out publicly. And she's asking, is there something wrong with a man that does not want to marry a woman that dresses like I dress? What? Like, I'm just telling you, there was a time where it was common sense that wives, really just married people, grown adults, serious adults, mature adults, people that you can trust around you and trust around your children and do business with them and raise your kids together and double date and do all that kind. They knew that there was a certain way that adults dress. And if we still had that going on, there's no way a woman would think that, hey, I'm supposed to be in a serious relationship with a man, expecting a ring in marriage, and I'm going out in public without a shirt on. No, seriously. She's not playing. She's not exaggerating. She's not playing dumb. She genuinely does not know that traditionally wives wear a shirt in public. That sounds crazy, don't it? Yes. Typically, wives wear a shirt when they're out in public. Yes, they typically wear a shirt. Like that's usually like a required article of clothing for all wives. But she don't know that. That jumped out to me. That how far have we gotten to where they like, what? I gotta wear a shirt for a man for a man to want to marry? Oh my goodness. But the second thing that jumped out to me was what Tripp said. Because, hey, I know, of course, if you red pill, you don't like this guy. And he does say some things I don't agree with. But truth be told, he does say a lot of things that make sense. A lot of just on a base level, regardless of your biases, regardless of what side of the gender role you're on, if you're just objective and honest, he says a lot of things that, hey, they're objectively true. Regardless of what side you're on, regardless if you like it or not, hey, what he's saying is true. And this is one of those things. Because there is far too many men talking about and obsessed with and focused on and making all kind of content and videos and downgrading and downplaying and mocking women that, hey, if that's not for you, then don't talk about it. Just go get what you do want. But you spend a lot of guys, truthfully, they're spending a lot of time talking about women that they say they don't want. They talk almost exclusively about women that they say don't qualify. It doesn't make sense. It don't. And then, for those who don't talk, those who are actually out there dealing with women, a lot of these guys, mostly, if not exclusively, only deal with the types of women they talk the most about. It's like you spend all this time talking about the issues with this group of people, but you almost exclusively, if not exclusively, only deal with this said group of people. It jumped out to me because he was like, listen, they be at Hobby Lobby and covered up and doing this and doing that, and you don't be there. That's the truth. You don't be there. You don't. The type of women that you talk about, you don't be in the places that they be. You don't do the things that they do. Let's just be real. As bad as you talk about this certain type of woman, you deal with that woman exclusively almost. Like, let's just be real. That's what you like. As much bad as you talk about it, that's what we're gonna see you dealing with. You don't be where the conservative women at. You don't be over there. You don't deal with them. You don't go where they go. You don't do what they do. You don't even notice them because of how they're dressed most of the time. Let's just keep it honest. You know what's funny is you think that a lot of these guys are getting with women trying to change the woman. And truthfully, that is what's going on, but it's not the only thing that's going on. Why are they getting with a woman to try and change her instead of just getting with the woman that's already what they're looking for? The reason that they're doing that is because they want her to change him. That's what it is. He has this way of being and living in his brain that he has not made the changes to live in yet. What he wants to do is get the woman first and then change her. And then gradually over time, she pulls him over. He doesn't want to be what he's looking for. He wants to make a woman into what he's looking for, and then maybe eventually he'll become the male version of that. That's what a lot of what's going on with men and women. They want a type of woman. They want a type of man. But they are not willing to fix themselves and work on things and purge off things and become a better person to be the proper candidate, the proper counterpart for that type of person. Right? There's a lot of men who want a woman on a level they're not disciplined enough to be on themselves. A lot of women want a certain caliber of man who are too undisciplined to make themselves into the caliber of woman that would make sense to be with that caliber of man. Everybody wants to, to get the better end of the deal. Everybody wants something for nothing. That's why there's so much talk about these men and these women, and this is their problem, and that's their problem, and we got to change the law to this, and feminism, and masculinists, and all that. That's why all this is going on. That's all.